What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. Just a reminder, if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love the most, the ones I have the most money on every day, you can find those at Pickdawgz.com by clicking the Premium Picks tab or the Experts tab at the top of the page. You can also click the link in the description of this video below. We've got so much free pick content. You know what the plays on the premium side are our best of the best. That's what Pickdawgz Premium is for. We'll also make sure that you subscribe to our channel and smash that like button if you haven't already. We've also got our inner circle. It's something we've been mentioning in our videos lately. Now, it's not for everyone. It's for those who are placing larger bets of at least $1,000 or more per game, which is the requirement to be accepted into our service. But we've had a lot of big bettors and high rollers join the club already. They've had a lot of success early on with the one-on-one coaching and the management and the early releases. So if that sounds like something that applies to you, that you're interested in, reach out to the number on the screen by call or text and we'll get you some more information. But we're here to talk about a 6-game NHL card from Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, got my teeth kicked in on the wraparound on Saturday. I didn't have the best day. Some of the, it's the good and the bad with sports betting, unfortunately. But the nice thing is it's a new day today, new card, new chance to try to make some money. Let's not waste any more time. You guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from the KeyBank Center where the Buffalo Sabres take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And I was leaning towards Carolina for a side in this game, but I honestly think the best play in this game might actually be the over. I know that I talk a lot about the Carolina Hurricanes having the best goaltending room in the NHL, and I still stand by that sentiment. But I'd be remiss if I just ignored the fact that the Buffalo Sabres just put up 9 on the Blackhawks, 5 at home on the Edmonton Oilers. They're 7-4-2 at home this season. And yes, the teams that they played lately have all sort of had goaltending issues at times this season in Chicago, Calgary, and Edmonton. But they've been able to put up some goals. But the thing is Buffalo's already been prone to giving up some goals as well. And that's where I think Carolina can chip in here. This is a Carolina team that's usually putting up 3 goals or more a game. They've done that in 9 of their last 10. So I think that they can contribute to an over here. I like the over in Buffalo, Carolina, with a lean towards Carolina to win this game in regulation. Now we're going to the Canada Life Center where the Winnipeg Jets take on the Minnesota Wild. And I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild in this one. Normally, I like back in the Winnipeg Jets where they are at home, but they're actually have an even record, 6-4 both straight up on the road and at home this season. Now, admittedly, Winnipeg has owned this matchup. They've won 9 straight meetings against the Minnesota Wild, but the Minnesota Wild, for me, are playing much better hockey right now. They've won 4 straight in 8 of their last 10. And for Winnipeg, the goaltending situation right now is extremely murky. I mean, you got Connor Hellebuyck out for the foreseeable future, at least it looks like 4 to 6 weeks after having a procedure done on his knee. So it's going to be Eric Comrie leading the show for Winnipeg. And I think that he gets to start here. And Comrie hasn't been as consistent, obviously, as Hellebuyck has been as the Jets' number 1 and arguably one of the best goaltenders in the NHL for the better part of his career. I think that Minnesota, like I said, just on a roll right now, especially defensively, have gotten sort of back to basics and what's been making them a successful team over the better part of the last decade. So I'm going to roll with the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to take them to win this one on the money line. Now we're off to the UBS Arena where the New York Islanders take on the Seattle Kraken. And I'm going to go with the Seattle Kraken in this one. Seattle was played well. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They played extremely well in a spot like this. They've won back-to-back road games against some solid opposition as of late in Pittsburgh and Chicago. The Islanders were on a nice roll themselves, but they couldn't carry over that success from their recent road trip to their first game back at home. Now they're 4-4-1 at home this season. For me, losing to the St. Louis Blues is just not something that I want to see from the New York Islanders or for any team from that matter. And just on a back-to-back here with the weaker of the 2 goaltenders probably starting here in David Rittich, I think that Seattle can get the job done in this one. I think, like I said, they're playing some really good hockey right now, so that we're getting a valuable price with them. Give me the Seattle Kraken in this one, plus the 1.5 and on the money line. Now we're off to the United Center where the Chicago Blackhawks take on the Colorado Avalanche. And the Chicago Blackhawks have been one of our money-making teams this season, especially when they're catching decent prices on the puck line like they are here. I mean, they're plus 1.5, around minus 125, minus 130. The problem for me, though, is that they're going up against the best team in the NHL right now in the Colorado Avalanche, who have won 8 straight games. The majority of those have been won on the puck line. And the thing about Chicago is that they're coming off of a game where they just gave up 9 goals to Buffalo. And I have my concerns about them in this matchup. And as much as I like the Chicago Blackhawks, there's not every game that they're going to be competitive. They are going to have clunkers once in a while. And I just think that Colorado, even on a back-to-back here with travel, have too much firepower for Chicago to deal with in this one. The Avalanche look like a team on a mission after, the way their season ended in the playoffs last year. I think that Colorado gets the job done on the road in this one, gets another win on the puck line. Give me Colorado laying the 1.5 goals. Now we're off to the SAP Center where the San Jose Sharks take on the Boston Bruins. I've said before, there are certain teams I'm not going to be able to quit. They're like a toxic ex-girlfriend where, sometimes it's going to be really bad for you. But at the end of the day, you still go back to it because of the times where it actually feels good. And for me, that's back in the San Jose Sharks. There's not going to be every game where it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. But the plus money prices that we get on them, far more often than not are going to be worth at least taking a shot on in certain spots. And for me, this is one of them. Boston playing well, but they've still split their last 6 games. They've been in some close calls as of late. They played 3 straight 1-goal games on the road. The Sharks, despite, dropping some games themselves as of late, have been playing some really solid defensive hockey, and they've been competitive in almost all those games as well. I still go back to the point that San Jose is 6-4-3 at home this season with wins as of late in the month of November over teams like Florida, Winnipeg. They beat Colorado at home in overtime. They beat LA, Utah. So I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take a shot on the Sharks plus money on the money line. Our final game on Sunday's card takes us to Rogers Arena, where the Vancouver Canucks take on the Calgary Flames. Not my favorite game on the board from a betting perspective. It's going to be interesting to watch because these two teams don't necessarily like each other all that much. But I think that the side to be on in this one is the Vancouver Canucks. Now, granted, the Calgary Flames have, got the job done in back-to-back games. They got a win over Dallas in the shootout. But this is still a Dallas team at 7-13-3 this season. They're 3-9-1 on the road this year. And sustained success in the Calgary Flames are two things that have not gone together well in sentences and have really not been able to be associated with one another for much of the season. Same thing can be said for the Vancouver Canucks, who have a real problem with keeping the puck out of the net, but they've also been able to score a fair amount of goals. And both these teams this season have had issues with keeping the puck out of the net, but the thing that stands out for me is that the Calgary Flames still remain one of the worst goal-scoring teams in the NHL. It was a big problem for them last season where they were 6th worst in goals per game. And a lot of times it's carried over into this season as well. I just think that the Canucks are the better side here. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet, but I'll lean towards the Canucks on the money line to round things out. That is it. Thank you so much for checking out the Wraparound today. Again, if you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can head to Pickdawgz.com by clicking the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page, clicking the Experts tab, or clicking the link in the description of this video. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout, PICK. Get yourself 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.